beginnings. Basically, you owe everything to a 4-year-old. My son, Alex. Do you remember that? You sent me these videos that you'd done in your father's basement. And so you bugged me and you bugged me. Persistence has always been one of your really big virtues. And I finally figured, oh, to heck with it. I probably should look at it, but it's a kids' show. I don't do kids' shows. So I gave the video to my 4-year-old son, Alex. And Alex watched it and watched it and watched it and drove us crazy watching it 70, 80 times. And I finally figured, well, if it can keep him quiet that long, I'd better meet you guys.
We listened and we watched a little bit of the video that they had brought in, and they were this perfect combination of fantastic humor and entertainment and really solid education and research. It took about 5 minutes to order Kratt's Creatures.
They knew what they were talking about, and their passion about what they were talking about engaged kids in a way that just made it such a great property to have on TVO Kids. And let's face it, they're cute.
You had to think of everything that an animal could possibly do, which would be, you know, big tails knocking down a wall that's not held up well enough, or the flying squirrel. I think we had a few escapes. So the flying squirrels not getting out of the top of the set.
We had snakes on the set one day. I remember. I had to go behind the set. They had built a bench that was hollow, so I got in underneath it. I lay down and I put my hand up in a hole cut for my arm. It's quite tight. And so I'm lying there, and then they covered Zabu with a lot of snakes.
Yeah, very heavy and slimy.
Martin and Chris are very natural with the animals, you know, and what really pleased me as an animal coordinator and trainer is that they were willing to adjust to the animals' needs. In other words, they weren't stuck on making the animals do something very specific, but rather rolled with the punches and got great stuff because of it.
We had a 6-inch layer of straw on the studio floor, and it got progressively more wild, and the smell was almost unbearable at times, but it was so much fun.
It was early on in the season, and I had brought a full-grown black jaguar to set. Anyway, they got very exuberant, as we know they can, and we were having lots of fun, and the jaguar eyed up Chris and went for him. And I leaped across and grabbed the jaguar and put him on the ground and started kissing his paws and wrestling with him and saying, oh, you know, you're a good cat, and trying to make light of the situation. It wasn't until 10 years later, Chris asked me, had you not got that jaguar, would I have been hurting? I had to tell him that absolutely yes.
What made an animated series natural for Chris and Martin to do was that they had such an energy in their voice, and that really rings out in the animated series.
Imagine if we could be right in the middle of one of these epic lion battles. What if?
Suddenly, the idea of Chris and Martin turning into animated characters and being able to do anything they needed to do seemed absolutely amazing.
Hey, thanks a lot. These are great. You liked our show? Oh, thanks.
I love you too.
Oh, thanks.
People ask me what the Kratts are like, and I've known them. I've worked with them for 18 years. And I always say, well, if you want to know, just watch a show, because the shows are what the Kratts are. Their enthusiasm, their love for animals, their love for children is there.
So what do you think about animals, Molly?
I love them.
Me too. You're Hannah? Hey, Hannah, do you like animals?
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal?
I've been on a lot of shows with them when they've gone to different zoos and they've done performances for live audiences. And it's like traveling with rock stars because the kids love them.
The brothers are very unique. They're super high energy, very creative, very talented, upbeat guys. Every day was an adventure and great fun to work with them.
Martin and Chris, congratulations on this Outstanding Achievement Award. You guys have worked very hard and you've made such a difference in so many people's lives, children's, parents, everyone.
Hey, Chris and Martin. Thanks for a great gig. I had so much fun, and I'm glad you won an award.
That was good.
Well, now you say it. Okay.